Hello, Betty. Good afternoon.
Hello. Good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
Well, it's been a week since the lockdown in South Africa was eased. What has life been like for many businesses and for people like you?
People like me, forget about people like me. We've not been locked down as much as others, but many businesses or more businesses have been allowed to open this time around, although many more still don't fall within the category of, people allowed. They want food, some retail for winter clothes, manufacturing, mining, and petroleum. Many other sectors are open, although some that are already open want more opening as well for them, like the restaurant business. They're allowed to cook. Warm food is allowed now, but you can't go in there to sit or to pick it up. You have to have delivery services. So you have those the association saying, look, it's safer and the cost is reduced for us if you allow people to do drive-through. All they need to do is come to pick what it is that we've cooked. So these are some of the areas. Of course, there are those, and then some sections of the retail business where people are not allowed to open up yet. If you go to a place like Checkers, the food section and some of the clothes section is open, but all the other sections are not open, where you have like some or game, like some keeping fit stuff for people who have been locked at home. They're still not allowed to sell all those things. So it's open, but it's not so open for others. Lately or yesterday, people were allowed now. Those who like the property business, those who had their leases signed and couldn't move, they've now been given the room to move, so that that will be out of the way. Although there are other aspects of it that where people are affected. So this is where we are. But the SA Business for SA, which is a group of business groupings like a BBC, that's a Black Business Council, as well as Business Unity South Africa, they're asking government to open, that there's no need to leave the economy shut down halfway or somewhat way, and that the country will face serious circumstances if or serious consequences if it's kept this way, that there's no need. But they're engaging with government. Of course, we know the situation in the aviation sector, not just SAA. You have Comair now that has come out to say they're going into voluntary business rescue. Although there are people kicking against that they can't just go down like that without consulting, people that of the unions, for example. So these are some of the things that we've seen. And the smaller businesses have been open for some time, those who have permits, and those who don't have, and many of the foreign nationals fall within that section without the permits, and they may not be able to get the permits. So people are still suffering. Where you have food parcel queues, there's still millions or thousands of people queuing up, to try to get even just food to eat. The economy is open, but people are wishing it will be more open. But that is not helped by the high numbers that we've seen of the confirmed cases, which is past the 8,000 mark, and the death toll is now at 161 as at last night.
So, what's this new directive? What's contained in this new directive that was published this week?
The new directive is that people, the businesses, as I mentioned, like the restaurants where you have were not allowed to cook before. Now they're allowed to open. That's within this week, but people cannot go there to go and sit to eat or to pick up their food. They have to use the delivery services, and these people are kicking against it. For example, now people who had their move the lease to sign or had signed a lease to move, they are now allowed to move within, I think, within 2 days. 48 hours is what they've been given to be able to move. And all the other businesses, but it's not totally open. There's still some who fall in between, who are still not allowed. Like the beauty business, the salons are not allowed to come out to do business. But as the government said, is risk adjusted considerations, in opening up the economy. Right now we're on level 4. Hopefully, we wouldn't have to go to level 5, but go to level 4. That's the hope of the business sector and all other sectors as well.
All right, you talked about South African Airways. What's the latest on that airline? The Minister of Public Enterprises, Previn Gordon, had announced that the airline, including those for repatriation, will stop operating from today. Has that happened?
That hasn't happened because you have different things happening all at once. You have the NUMSA and SACA, that's the Union of Metal Workers. SACA is a cabin crew association that had headed to court saying that the business rescue practitioners cannot serve them retrenchment notices or help or expect them to sign on the dotted lines for their own retrenchment without a business rescue plan being placed on the table. That was heard in court yesterday and judgment was reserved. And now the Pravin Gordhan, that's the minister, has now said they're not really in tune, or they're at odds with some of the things that the business rescue practitioners have been doing. There is, for example, a bill of 5.5 billion rand, which the spokesperson for SAA has come out to say that is the post-commencement funding, and they're saying did they get value for money, and they're not really comfortable. They don't want them to sell off all the assets. There's so many disagreements. So the minister is supposed to meet with the business rescue practitioners today, because he said that on Wednesday night, and that was supposed to be 48 hours, but he's supposed to meet with them today. Hopefully there will be a way forward. There are lots of things. The business rescue practitioners are saying, despite in their defense in court, saying that the NUMSA, the labor unions, insisting that they can't be served retrenchments without the business rescue plan being placed on the table, according to Section 136 of the Companies Act. They're saying there's no provision in that act saying that they cannot serve retrenchments. So now they're saying if government doesn't support them, they will have no choice but go to court for liquidation. That there are two options. One is an ordered winding down of the operations of the FAA, where people will be giving severance benefits and the like, and probably make room maybe for them in the new airline that hopefully will come, or liquidation. So we're hoping to see the outcome of that meeting with the Minister for Business Enterprises, Pravin Gordhan, with the business rescue practitioners today. We're not yet sure of the time, but the meeting is expected to happen today.
We look forward to that, Betty Dibia, Channels Television South Africa Bureau Chief.